If this is you, this is what the conversation is about today. This is a topic that's really close to my heart. And I forgot to put my microphone on. I hope you can hear me. Because throat chakra issues are absolutely not woo-hoo and all spiritual, as some people may think. It's actually got some scientific basis, because everything that we speak, everything that we think is going to affect our endocrine system, our neural processes, and our biochemicals in our body. So today I'd like to talk about 3 common issues that affect my students and loads of people around the world that all have to do with throat chakra. Now, if you don't know where your throat chakra is, you don't have to call it chakra. You can call it an energy system, or in our case, it's the way that we communicate our energy to others, of course. So we're talking about the way that we connect with other people, the way that we feel about ourselves, and the way that we express ourselves in the world, regardless of what you do. You don't have to be a singer or an actor to watch this. This is about people in general. So these are the basic chakras. I made this chart because my last degree before my final degree in voice, I was very fascinated with energy systems, and I did a master's degree in America of holistic health and spiritual counseling. And this was a degree that really, really changed my life, because I learned about energy medicine, and I learned about the importance of holistic healing in everyday life. So this is a chart that I made after I read 5 and researched 5 books about chakras to see what everybody had to say about chakras, including the wonderful Louise Hay, of course. And I made a summary of all 5 books because I think in pictures and I'm a very visual person. This really helped me. So as you can see, the chakra here, the throat chakra, is the energy system in blue. So for instance, when you need to help yourself speak up and out, it's a really good thing to wear blue around this area. And I'm going to go through 3 really simple common issues that are all related. I call it related to the throat chakra area. Now the first one is holding your tongue. Literally and figuratively, people who hold their tongue don't speak up for themselves, cannot speak up and out because they don't feel safe to speak. They have tongue issues, and it can be a tongue tension issue where literally if you pull your tongue back in your throat like this, you'll notice that not only does your neck get tense back here and all your tongue muscles get tight, but of course it becomes very hard to speak. So people who hold their tongue in life because they don't feel it's safe to speak will automatically be holding their tongue literally with their muscles as well, and it's going to lead to some sort of tension problems. And lots of singers who don't believe they are worthy to be heard or good enough will have tongue retention. So that's number 1, is holding your tongue either literally or figuratively, because we learn in life very quickly if it's not safe to speak up for ourselves or not. These ground rules are laid very, very early in life, and we as adults have to teach ourselves to get out of these habits. Number 2, excuse me, if you have an airy or a soft or an unstable tone, and a lot of my students come to me originally with some sort of voice issue that's surrounding that, it also means that you could have a throat chakra issue, because you have also come from a place that wasn't safe. So one of my students, for instance, told me that he grew up in a family where he was allowed to be seen but not heard. And this is a very common issue for people, and you can have this issue all your life. If you're not aware of it and you don't make changes, it's going to be there for life, people. You have to make the changes. You have to change your mindset. We don't have to stay, we don't have to stay the same just because we grew up in a specific way. We can change the patterns of behavior over time through choice. So holding your tongue is one problem. Airy, soft, unstable tone is another one. But you know what's really interesting? The third one, which is very common and all from the same: it wasn't safe, I wasn't heard, I didn't get listened to, I didn't feel appreciated, all that stuff, the lack of stuff that we feel going through childhood can also come out in completely the opposite way. I've had students that force their voice way too hard and become overachievers because now they're overcompensating for the fact that they didn't get enough love, encouragement, support, acceptance as a child, and instead they got criticism, they got shut down, and everything felt not safe to speak. So some people, the quiet little ones, shy people like me, and lots of people are very shy and very quiet, their way of dealing with this not safe is becoming inward and introverted, and they don't speak up and out, and that's when they get the tongue retention and the wobbly tone. But other people, sometimes the only way to be heard is to force their voice. And so those people tend to become more like A-type personalities that are very loud and gregarious and out there, and but they do it to overcompensate for the lack that they felt when they're a child. So that can lead to voice problems as well. And this is why I find the psychology of sound so important, and that's why I wrote the book, Find Your Voice, and that's why I wrote my psychology book, my Mycology online course, because it's all starts with the mind. Everybody comes to me with a voice issue, but it's not really about voice a lot of the times, it's about psychology. So that's why this is like absolutely my passion. So let's have a look at what the issues can actually be on the chakra chart that I made. Remember, it's a combination of 5 different books. Now on the blue where it says throat chakra here, I'm going to read these out to you. This is all about decisions, strength of will, choice, expression, life's dreams and goals, the power of creation, addiction sometimes, judgment, faith, knowledge, hope, and trust. So all of those issues that you have around those areas, and especially I find with my experiences, is decision, strength of will, choice, dreams, life expression. A lot of those are like the top throat chakra issues, like people cannot speak up and out for themselves because of all those issues. Now, what we've found that the physical manifestations of those issues become, this is really interesting, Birdie, be quiet, no, shh, be quiet, is voice problems, vocal issues, teeth and gums, even scoliosis of the spine, swollen glands, of course, because it's all around the throat chakra issue, thyroid issues, which is behind here, and the hypothalamus, which is behind here inside the head, and the esophagus and the neck. So all of those issues around decision, strength of will, choice, self-expression, dreams, creation, all that can actually manifest as a physical issue: voice, teeth, gums, swollen glands, thyroid. And this is what Louise Hay has to say and this is one of my go-to books, and I've always used her in my healing journey. Problems: sore throat, throat issues, throat chakra issues. She's studied this for years and years, and she's always right. It's really quite crazy. She's always right. The throat, probable cause. It's an avenue of expression. It's a channel of creativity. The cause of the issue is the inability to speak up for oneself. Swallowed anger. I find that that's a big one for a lot of people. Stifled creativity and refusal to change. These are huge issues that a lot of us are dealing with in daily life. Now, her new thought pattern or her new affirmation, she says that you should say, it's okay to make noise. That's for me, not you. It's okay to make noise. I express myself freely and joyously. I speak up for myself with ease. I express my creativity. I am willing to change. Now, these little affirmations have really helped me through life. So I hope that was very informative for you. And if you have any of those issues, if you hold your tongue, literally or figuratively, if you have an airy, soft, or an unstable tone, or if you have a forced or a gruff tone, these could all be throat chakra issues. So all of these should help you. I can post this below. It's or I can send it to you. Message me if you want me to send it to you. It's a PDF. So the things that really help are: 1, saying your affirmations. I really believe that affirmations have really helped me to clear any blockages in my throat chakra area, but they don't work unless you really feel it and believe it with all your heart and mind and soul, because that will change the biochemicals in your body. 2, a physical thing that you can do is chanting. Now, you don't have to be a singer to chant. All you have to do is be able to go, like literally. Quiet, Booty, quiet. Sorry, I took a chance doing it in my studio today with my bird. Stop it, no. Chanting, if you just use OM, it brings the sound really forward and vibrates here, and it vibrates your thyroid, and so it helps vibrate all of this area and brings really good good vibration to the area, but it also changes our biochemistry, changes our neural pathways, and calms us down. You should see the tiny little video that I put up of a father chanting, doing an Om to his baby. That sound can really calm people down. Their nervous systems calm down so quickly. I guarantee that if you do 5 minutes of chanting per day in your meditation session, you will feel like a completely different person. I guarantee it. It works every time. It's so powerful. And the third one, of course, if you are game and you want to do more than chanting, then do some singing. But do some singing from a holistic perspective. Think about what you need to release, what energies and negative behavior that you really need to release. Find songs that help you release that energy. Anything loud and brassy and belty would be great. And then if you need to heal, or if you're one of those people that push your voice too hard and you need to heal your voice, then do something that's really sweet and light and something that's really freeing in the upper range. So some Hayley Westenra would be really good for you, or anything that's soaring and uplifting and sweet and quiet and light. So because it can be a release of really beautiful energy, but it also brings the oxytocin out, helps you bond with other people. Singing is so good for you. It's so good for you. But if you're not into singing, chanting is just as good. There's so many studies showing you the physiological benefits to chanting. Oh my God. It's just mind-boggling. So I hope that was helpful. If you want a copy of the chart, just PM me below. Just say chart, please, and I'll just message it to you, because it's a PDF file. I don't think I can actually share it on Facebook. And of course, the thought patterns from this book, which is a fantastic book. I highly recommend everybody have this book. It's my go-to. Always Louise Hay is the bomb. If you need anything else, any help, or you want to get a copy of my book, which is all about the psychology behind your sound, and my online course, just let me know. Or if you have any questions, or what works for you, I always love hearing from other people. What works for you and what issues do you have, so I can help you through it. Okay? I'm here for you. Be quiet. It's not your turn. Sorry about my rambunctious birdie. I will not be doing it in here next time. Mindset Monday will be back in the park. It was nice and quiet there. So have an awesome Monday, and I will see you next time.